Hello everyone, developer of MythOS here, and I'm just showing off, I'm setting up a campaign. This is the initial campaign for MythOS. It's going to go with it, with the game, and it's going to be a couple of others, but this is the first one. It's called Isekai, and I'm looking at the research tree here, and I'm just kind of setting up, I'm tweaking some things because I'm not happy with some of the things here. So this is supposed to require, for example, the War Mage is supposed to require a tech, and I need to add that tech. So it's supposed to require Advanced Arcane Studies, which I have not created yet. But I did put that in, and as you can see, it now disappeared. It was here. It used to say War Mage here. It's now gone. They should not be able to build it because they have not researched that technology. Okay, so going back to this, War Mage. However, now I need to set up. How about a mage, a regular mage? What was the requirements there? Requires a scriptorium. But it should also require the technology, so we're also going to get rid of that unit too, because that needs a certain technology. Don't forget to put the commas in. This is going to require, let me go here and look. It should require scribing, illumination, or should we just go with basic arcane studies? Then I wouldn't need a scriptorium. I have to fix these too. This should not require basic masonry. Alright, I'm going to fix those. Alright, we'll just make it require scribing. So you need to have scribing and illumination, and you need to build the infrastructure. Otherwise, you cannot build a mage. So now that should now be gone as well. And it is. So the only thing they can build is militia now. They have a starting army which has some stuff, but they can't build those units until they research the tech and build the infrastructure. So mages and war mages are set up, but I need to set up the tech and infrastructure for them. So this is going to require a new research, which I don't have in the research list. I'm going to add it. Okay, so scribing, I need to change this too, because this should require basic arcane studies. Yeah, this should probably require basic agriculture, basic masonry. I'm going to make this require both basic arcane studies and basic agriculture. So let's go set that up. So first, let's find the herbalism and basic alchemy. Here. Okay. So this requires basic arcane studies and basic agriculture. And as you can see, it's updated. Okay, you can already build it because we have those. They have those technologies, so they can already build research it. And we need to change scribing and illumination to require basic arcane studies. I don't know why it's got masonry in here. It's a mistake. Arcane studies, and that's now updated. Excellent. And now we're going to create a new technology, advanced arcane studies. Just keep it simple. And that's going to come after, and you're going to need to have both scribing and illumination, and should I make it a third tier? Yeah, I'll make it a third tier. It'll be a third tier. It'll need scribing and illumination. Okay, let's do that. And you make it a different tier by making it require a technology of a previous tier. If it doesn't have any requirements, it's tier 1. Okay? So, this is no longer going to unlock the Arcane Academy. Okay? It will unlock a mage, though. Or we're changing that too. Are we? No. We'll leave it. Should we just leave it as a basic unit? No, I don't think so. So we will get rid of this too. I need to also get rid of this then too, because that. So basically, it's not going to unlock any units, I guess. Maybe it'll unlock an elven unit, an elven mage. Okay, if the elves research it, otherwise it doesn't unlock anything. Okay. Advanced. I'm going to change the name here. Advanced Arcane Studies. Sorry, I had to pause there for a second to check something. Okay, so Advanced Arcane Studies. We'll set the threshold to 150,000. No, let's make it more. Let's make it 200,000. Threshold is like how many points you need to research it. And you can configure that and balance it the way you like. So this will unlock an Arcane Academy. We don't need to unlock an Elven Mage. And no, this is going to unlock the War Mage and the Arcane Academy. I'll get rid of that too. Wait, I do want to copy this so I can put it somewhere else. So, alright, so that unlocks those things. And then we're going to move down to Scriptorium Research, which will unlock mages, I get. This is going to unlock mage. Oops, I forgot to make Arcane Advanced. I forgot to make it require the scribing illumination, so let's do that. So it's requires basic. Oh, it's advanced metallurgy. Where is it? Advanced Arcane. Here. So it's going to require gotta remember to put these quotes and things like that in there. I mean, you probably don't need to like make the lines and stuff like I'm doing. I'm just kind of like doing that, but it'll probably automatically do that. All right, there we go. So now it is in the correct spot here. See, tier 3. Excellent. By scribing illumination, everything is now set up correctly. Okay. And you can add more as time goes on. You can invent new technologies, whatever you want to do. It can be added in there. Let me just make sure the infrastructure is correct. So, all right, this requires advanced arcane studies and units. Let me just make sure it's set up. Requires tech and building. How about the mage? Mage requires. Okay, good. It's all set up then. As you can see, it's all set up now, so that, as you can see, only militia. Now, if I click this button, it'll show me the other units and why I can't build them. So, it tells me the tech I need. This also shows me I need to set up a few more things that I forgot. Oh no, it does say, well, this is the shield bearer. How about the dwarven shield bearer? It requires dwarf, okay. How about the musketeer? It also requires dwarf. I guess it only shows one requirement. It doesn't show all the requirements, but it should show all the requirements, but whatever. I guess even once you research that tech, it would still not be buildable because it would then say require species. So whatever, it's fine. Mage, okay, requires scribing, illumination. High elf. And I can get rid of the underscores, make it look nicer, but it doesn't really matter. So anyway, that's all set up now. So research and everything is all set up. Let's just save because we did some work here. All that's now set up. It takes time to set things up, but once you set things up and everything's done and you're playing, you're gonna be thankful you set things up because everything's gonna be. It's just gonna be really awesome. It's gonna remember everything. It's gonna be able to look at all this stuff. It's gonna block you from building things you shouldn't build, etc., etc. So it's gonna be really good. All right, so group, they're done. I just created this faction. Finish setting it all up. And now I'm going to create the next one of these types of factions because I'm trying to finish setting up this region in the north. And I've set 1 out of 5 factions that need to be up there. Just to show you a little bit how I do that, I'm gonna go. This is the local map here. This is where I am. My people here. We're in this room. It's a chamber. I generated this tactical map. Otherwise, it would just be like a grid, like this. I generated all these images. These are the rooms inside the palace I'm in, and this is the city I'm in, and this is the city-state I'm in, and this is the region of the continent I'm in, and this is the continent I'm in, and then I can go up to the planet. I set it up that way. So now I'm working on the north. All these ones with the images, they're all done. They're all done. Like all the organizations, meaning the countries and such that are supposed to be there are there, and now I'm just working on here. So I did one of the places, which is the one over here. So now I'm going to generate the image here. I just do this as the last thing to know that I'm done personally. And we're going to now do this territory here. And they also have a river, so I need to generate the river there. I'll update this. Okay, the image is done. Okay, so now we got this place. Alright, so please update the tags and description of Schedulder, I don't know. Folder, as I am now going to establish a city-state in it, just like I did in Valheimer. This should be another Nordic-themed city-state nation led by Clan Skjolder. So the members of the ruling family all have the surname Skjolder. Make sure to set it up according to the game laws. So in the game laws, I put a bunch of stuff that I want in there, like for when it creates these city-states and stuff, just as a kind of a fast way to help me, so I don't have to type it out every time. So just go into it, game laws. Here, I typed it all in here. I'm creating city-state, blah 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 blah, etc. But I am going to tweak it a little bit. Only create a capital and two additional settlements, and the population of the entire territory should be between 125k and 200k, with the vast majority living in the capital. So in the capital, all are human. So the demographics should be 100% human. Let me think if I want to do anything else differently. Now this is going to do a lot. It's got to create 3 settlements plus set those 3 settlements up with the components it needs. Then it needs to create several characters, more than several. I mean, 8 or 9 or 10. And it needs to set them up with all the components they need, which is it's a lot of components. Then it's got to create all the items for all of those people, all of the skills, if it's creating new skills or assigning it already existing skills to those people. So basically, it's a massive amount of work for the AI. And it's probably going to mess up a little bit. But what's really awesome about what I've coded and created here with MythOS is that it's only going to mess up a little bit. Now, you might think that sounds crazy, but AI is very prone to mess up. Unfortunately, there's no way to get it to like 100% when you're doing a lot of things in one shot. If I was just doing like one person, it would be way better, but it still might mess up a little bit because it's got to do all kinds of things, and it's got to do a bunch of different actions. It's got to calculate some things. There's a lot of things it's doing, so it's going to be doing like 100 actions or something like that. So it should do a pretty good job. It's going to take a bit because it's got to do a lot of work. So let's do it. So let's just wait and see how it does. All right, so as you can see, it did a lot of stuff, and that's not even, that's truncated a lot, like the report of what it did. It did a lot of stuff. So now we just got to double check and make sure that everything was done correctly. So let's close this out. And we're going to take a look at all the different things that it did. So, all right, so it created the clan. We'll start there. Now, I don't want it to be tier 3. I'm going to put it down to tier 2. I also want to change the power level to 200. All right. Tier has to do with sort of like its administration, like how many actions it can do as a faction, things like that. So, all right, already I see one mistake here. It did not create the right, or at least assign the wrong person as leader. So let's look and see what's going on here. Okay, so it messed up the names. It did not make the leader have the names Galder, but it made everybody else have the names Galder. Okay, we can fix that. So first things first is we're going to change this guy's name to Galder, because he's the boss. So it did assign him as the boss, but it did not give him the right name. It's okay. But all these other people have the wrong name, so let's fix that first. So I mean, I could technically just have them all have the same name, but I don't want to do that. So let's do this. I'm just going to copy and paste that because I don't want to type out every name. So open up the Gmail now. The following people are members of Clan Skujolder, but should not have the same last name as the Lord. Please change the last name of each of the following to something unique and in the style of Nordic names. Oh, that's right. I forgot. I took away the GM's ability to change names because of reasons. So instead, what I'm going to do is, please give me, I'm going to ask the meta mode to help me out, a last name for each of the following people, something unique and in style of Nordic names. Okay, so I'm going to hit the meta button instead. This is just the chat, so it's going to give me ideas, and then I'll just change the names. All right. I'm not asking you. All right, he got. So I'm going to say I am not asking you to change their name. I am asking you to give me ideas for surnames so I can change them. All right, here we go. Ragnar. Yarnhand. All right, I'm not going to make that symbol. I'm just going to use Jarnhand. Jarnhand. There you go. You're now Ragnar Jarnhand. And Hrafnsson is kind of cool too, but that's kind of close to the name of the city, so I'm not going to do that. Galder. All right, Einar Galder. I guess that's too thematic, but whatever. I don't care. Einar Galder. And this person will be Sky, which means shadow. Yeah, this is one of the big problems with AI is its lack of creativity. It really has a lack of creativity, but whatever. I'm just going to use these names because I don't feel like going crazy with names. So, and how about our Hushold? Okay, whatever. This has been one of the biggest headaches, is names, and getting AI to do decent names. It's just been such a headache. And I'm going to change the age, and ages is another thing which is very annoying. It just can't do a good job with ages. Her stats are good, and she. Alright, the one thing it does is it messes up equipment sometimes, but that's something we can fix easily. This is the air, right? So I'm going to make him 20 something. 25? No, not 25. I'm going to make him 24. And his mother is 44. Okay, so we had him at 16, which is fine. In this world. Not in the real life, but in this world, it's fine. Alright, and we'll make her 20. And her stats are good. I just need to make sure the items are fine. The ghost things are not a problem, so you just click on them and they're gone. That's a fail-safe, and it's an intentional thing to make sure that certain things aren't being messed up in the background. So, especially when you're making a lot of stuff, those kinds of things are going to pop up, and that's okay. Just click on them, and they're gone, and you never have to see them again, at least with those characters. So that's what I'm doing here. Now, some of the equipment got a little messed up because sometimes when it creates something that has the same name, it gives you these item that belongs to someone else, which is annoying. And for some reason, this guy does not have any. I mean, you could just imagine he has clothes on, but basically he doesn't have any. Doesn't have a uniform or anything that he should. Well, he's on level 7. Okay. So let's see. Halvar Hushold needs clothing. So then it'll give him something. Let me just make sure his items are okay. So he's got these items. Let's see, look, he's got items that don't belong to him. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go like this. I'm going to highlight everyone. I'm going to say some or all of the following people have items and/or equipment that belongs to someone else. Please remove those items from the characters and ensure that the owner of those items keeps the item that it remains with the actual owner of those items. Okay, that'll fix that. It'll remove any items that don't belong to these people and put them back to. Well, they still belong to the other people. They belong to both at the same time, which is it's just an annoying thing. Got some errors here. Why? Sculpture, Svala. Let me see. Oh, okay. Well, this is the problem. Why? It gave me some errors here for some reason. It's saying it's not finding the items. Check again. I don't know why it failed with some of these items. Maybe because they're like... Now, I know that he got his clothes, so that's good. But why does he have items that belong to other people? Alright, let me try this again. This is something I've been struggling with. I've actually been trying to put in as many fail-safes and such as I can so stuff like this doesn't happen, but unfortunately it creates items with the same name, and sometimes it gets confused and assigns them incorrectly. So following people have items in their inventory that belong to other people. Please remove them from the inventory. I don't know if it's because they're not equipped or something, or... Okay, I was able to get rid of some more stuff, but it didn't get rid of everything. I don't know why. So, like... Okay, he's good now. You know why? Because it's getting confused with the IDs. So what I'm going to do is, and this is something just for that purpose, sync all IDs. And now that's going to actually update the ID. So now, like, he's no longer scheduled or whatever. See? Because it was looking for the wrong people. That's why. All right. So let's do this again. So now it should work. May have items, people. If that is the case. So now it should get everyone else now. Yeah, it was getting confused because the ID. Because I changed the names. It's still getting confused with the IDs. Oh no, those are the names of those people. Oh, okay. So let's see what the error is now. Hilder, let's look at Hilder. She's fine though. She doesn't have any items that are, oh, she does have an item that's not hers. This one, item silk gown. What is it looking for? Oh, it's doing the wrong thing. It's not. Why? I didn't tell you to look for duplicate. No, let me explain it. Make sure they belong to other people. Please remove them from the inventory of these people. For example, I'll give it an example, so maybe that'll help. It gets confused sometimes, and then it doesn't do things. This worked really well before. Has so sometimes it needs help finding the items and stuff. So let's see if this works. It's got 2 silver brooches. That silver brooch also doesn't belong to her. Alright, I don't understand why it's giving me a problem here. Characters holds list. Look in the inventory of the characters. And remove any item with a different owner. Let's try that. Duplicate or rename version. Alright. You are looking at the wrong items. Check the correct IDs. Let's see if this works. You should be able to see the IDs by looking in the characters. Or maybe because it can't see the IDs, it might not be able to see the IDs. It might not be in the memory. It's looking at old IDs.